and that's essentially what we what we have with the black bourgeoisie. It's black faces, but spewing the same sort of white corporate angles or perspectives. And you can hear it in what this guy is saying, the terms that he's using.
The Black Panther Party has attracted strong national support from radicals and intellectuals, black and white. The Panthers openly advocate the use of guns against the police, claiming,
like in the way he's saying, framing that they openly advocate using the guns. That's for white fear. That's to interject white fear. That's for the white audience that see the black guy saying it. So the black guy's saying it. So I'm not racist if I think this should stop. You get it?
claiming that they don't attack, but will only shoot in self-defense, a point disputed by Bay Area law enforcement agencies.
When have you ever seen it done the other way? You rarely see the cop said this, a point disputed by 5 other witnesses. But they say this. Oh, but the Bay Area Suns have a different say, as if to say, yeah, this white organization, the police, the ones that we really trust, they say that's a lie.
The Panthers say this is the only means of ridding the black ghetto of what they call police brutality and oppression. The party was founded in 1966 by Huey.
What they call? What do you mean what they call?
Black ghetto of what they call police brutality and oppression. The party.
Police brutality and oppression. I couldn't even be black and say this kind of shit, man.
The party was founded in 1966 by Huey Newton and has membership estimated between 250 and...
See the picture they want him to have? There's many pictures of him, but this is the picture to instill fear.
1,000. Within the last 8 months, their policy and police response has led to 2 major gun battles and to the deaths of a policeman and a Panther teenager.
Their policies led to that. The Black Panther policies. Not the racism, not the oppressive police state, but they cause it.
Membership estimated between 250 and 1,000. Within the last 8 months, their policy and police response has led to 2 major gun battles and to the deaths of a policeman and a Panther teenager.
I'm telling you to take your hands off me.
The Black Panthers first made...
But what this is a teaching in how to criminalize black men. So this is a textbook example of how to criminalize black men. You have no reason, Black Panthers, to be upset and carrying guns and all this stuff. There's no reason. Let's listen some more to this.
National news just a year ago when they entered the state capitol in Sacramento armed with rifles and pistols. They were there, they said, to demonstrate opposition to the proposed legislation that would outlaw the carrying of loaded weapons.
Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I was under arrest. Am I under arrest? Am I under arrest? You place him under arrest. Go ahead, brother. Am I under arrest? Take your hands off me if I'm not under arrest. Am I under arrest? I'm telling you to take your hands off me.
In the year following this incident, there were a series of armed confrontations between the Oakland police and the Panthers.
So if you didn't know, the reason we have certain gun rules is specifically because of the Black Panthers. Specifically. So Second Amendments is cool until black people started to say, let's use Second Amendment rights. It's all to me, it's all an indication of white fear. Because if you know you fuck somebody over, you would be deathly afraid of that person having a gun. So to me, it's revealing white guilt The white fear is revealing white guilt, because if you just hand somebody a gun, if a person has a gun and it's just their right to have a gun and you've never done nothing wrong with them, you wouldn't have any fear. In the same way that some white people don't have fear if they see a white person having it's just hunting. The tangents I go on. Let's continue.
The police maintain the Panthers have provoked these incidents. The Panthers claim the police are trying to liquidate their leadership and destroy the party.
Now, we all know the police. I'm not going to say it that way.
Last April, when Oakland police stopped a carload of Panthers, a gun battle broke out in this house. The details remain confused. Both sides claim they fired in self-defense. After 90 minutes of shooting, the Panthers surrendered. The Panthers say 17-year-old Bobby Hutton came out first with his hands up and was shot to death. The police say they thought he had a gun and was trying to escape. Eldridge Cleaver, author of the...
How was that even a reason? But there goes what Nick says all the time, and I'm going to end it there because I got to get off before the next stream. I wish I can continue. You don't have a Second Amendment right if possessing a gun gives police the right to shoot you. That means you don't have a Second Amendment right. If all you have to say, they had a gun and they have a right to have a gun. So this is something Nick has been saying, pushing very hard late. You don't have a Second Amendment right. If you can be shot and the police, nothing happens to the police simply because you possessed a gun, not that you were in a gunfight, you just simply had a gun with you. How do you have a Second Amendment right to have a gun then? Because they said they thought he had a gun and was fleeing. Because if they just said they thought he was fleeing, they shot him, maybe they would have had a problem. But you add the gun part. That makes the black guy scary. But again, what happened to the Second Amendment rights? He's not running towards you to shoot you, but you kill him anyway. See a couple more seconds here.
For the much-praised book, Soul on Ice and Panther leader was shot by police and arrested in the incident. Oakland Police Chief Gain.
There have been many people in this city who have maligned this police department, who have, through some maudlin sentimentality or other reason, sympathized with the Black Panthers and the peace and freedom movement. And what real evidence is there to cause people to be so sick as to do that aligning? Take a look at this maudlin, unjustified junk that has been put out. Bobby Hutton, they try to deify one who tried to murder policemen. And what do they say on this piece of paper? A black man who dedicated his life to defending the black community from racist oppression was murdered in cold blood by Oakland police. Ridiculous lies.
Where's the lie? You killed him. But the very fact that people see the Black Panthers, other than the violent organization that you're trying to portray, you see how you can see the emotion in this guy, how he's telling the story. I'm going to put the sound off as it's playing, but you could see he's simmering. And this guy's in law enforcement. This guy's in law enforcement. Look at him. He's trying to hold his shit in. And he's upset, not that they're describing the police officer. I thought maybe he was going to say, look how they're talking about the police. He's mad how they're describing the person they murdered. What what kind of shit is this? So the loved ones of the person you guys killed, they can't describe him in a good way? Yeah, that guy's gonna present equal justice to black. He's gonna do that.
What evidence is there to cause people to be so sick as to do that?
They're sick. If they align with the Black Panther, they're sick. I actually think it's the opposite. You're sick if you align yourself with the police department. After you see what they're doing and have been doing, you're the sick one.
Aligning. Take a look at this moral and unjustified junk that is.
It's unjust. What does that even mean? The words that he's using to describe what he's talking about is so misplaced. How is a flyer describing somebody who's dead? How is that unjust? You see the twisted understanding of justice?
Has been put out. Bobby Hutton, they try to deify one who tried to murder policemen. And what do they say on this piece of paper? A black man who dedicated his life to defending the black community from racist oppression was murdered in cold blood by Oakland police. Ridiculous lies, ridiculous.
He's trying so hard not to say these niggers. He is trying so hard not to say that.
A black man who dedicated his life to defending the black community from racist oppression was murdered in cold blood by Oakland police. Ridiculous lies.
A slave. Use the word slave and slave owner in that, and it'll make more sense. The vitriol that's coming from this guy. Just insert those words. All right, I really got to get going because the next stream is up, and I want to give the audience a break before we get to hang on a second. Before we get to the roundtable. So I want to give it a break. But I'm gonna have to cover this video again. Maybe under the defund the police, because this shit, he's clearly upset. It's saying the deification. Anyway, these people, boy. All right, so I'm gonna throw some comments up, and then I'm gonna be outie. Yeah, they don't. This is why I'm telling you, everybody subscribe to our mailing list, because we send emails out about our episodes, so you'll be notified of all of our episodes. All you have to do is I'll put the thing up. Join our mailing list. Go here, join our mailing list. And what did I just? Oh, I was going through the comments so I can get out of here before everything. YouTube did notify me. I think I put that one up. Absolutely. Little Bobby Hutton was executed in a house on Myrtle Street in West Oakland by McClymonds High School in 1968. But again, if you just watch that video and replace Bobby Hutton or Black Panther with slave, and it'll make more sense what he's saying and how he's speaking. Because it's like the audacity of a slave coming after a slave master, and then you're deifying this slave. That's the context. Because that's their history. A slave coming after a slave catcher? Can you imagine? And then other slaves praising that slave? Terrible. Yeah.